Hello guys and welcome back. In this video I'll be showcasing one and only ULCASTER, my favorite mythic hero and one of my favorite hero in the game. So let's begin. So first of all, his basic attack deals 3 stages of 100 attack damage each to a single enemy, and then if self HP is below 50%, additionally grants self 40% leech, if not increases self turn meter by 10%. So it attacks 3 times, or rather deals 3 stages, so he increases his turn meter by 30%, and that on its own is so great. So if you pair him with Ben Austin, he gonna boost his turn meter. Then we have Prestige, deals 200 attack damage to all enemies with a 50% chance to inflict Horrify for 1 turn and 50% chance to inflict Freeze for 1 turn. So he puts double CC. So for example, if you use him against Catherine will be horrified and frozen, and she will not be able to act. So her passive gonna be kinda useless. Then we have the passive. So he grants himself Soul of Glory whenever an enemy dies, each of which increases self damage dealt by 20% and effect hit by 20%, up to 4 layers. So he does pretty insane damage over time. And then grants the Knight's Will and 1 layer of Soul of Glory on an ally with the highest attack when ULCASTER or the ally with the Knight's King Will dies, and grants 1 more layer of Soul Glory on the ally for every enemy they kill. Only up to 1 ally on the battlefield could have the Night King's Will. ULCASTER will claim the Soul of Glory and the Knight's Will from the ally with the Night King's Will when he's revived. So pretty much if he dies and you have another, let's say Melchior, if ULCASTER die, he gonna boost Melchior's attack pretty much, or rather his damage. And then his ultimate increases the self attack by 40% for 2 turns. Afterwards deals 200% attack damage to all enemies with 50% chance to reduce their defense by 60% for 2 turns and a 50% chance to reduce their tenacity by 60%. So that's huge both for PvP and PvE content. So yeah, I think I was the only player that was using old ULCASTER before he got reworked, because I know Rice Combo when one few days before ULCASTER got reworked, I used that stone to switch from ULCASTER to Lucifer, and then I remember Rice Combo messaged me 2 days later telling me that ULCASTER is getting reworked. So before rework, his basic attack was the same. Here he only had the Horrify, so he was only putting Horrify without the Freeze. Then his passive was only the first till here, so up to 4 layers, and then grants the Night King's Will was after rework, so that one part of his passive didn't even exist. And then ultimate, it was the only reducing defense by 60%, but it was only 40% chance to land decreased defense. So he was not that great before, but he was fun to use. Then let's talk about his exclusives. So exclusive level 1 is his passive, or rather it's this skill. So grants self damage immunity and immunity to turn meter reduction effects for 1 turn if self HP is below 50% after taking direct damage. So as soon as he drops below 50% HP, he will get that immunity to damage. So it will be impossible to kill him unless you have someone that ignores damage immunity or remove buffs like Ben Austin right here. Then this skill can only be triggered up to once every 2 turns, and then when allies with the Knight's King's Will kills an enemy after ULCASTER dies, ULCASTER will be revived with 30% of max HP. So in PvP I'm using my ULCASTER with Lydia, and then if ULCASTER dies, Lydia will get that Knight's Will passive, and then when she kills someone, ULCASTER will revive, and then there we go again. Then exclusive level 2, just simple, so that's his ultimate. He just increases all allies attack by 40%. So that's also huge in PvP and PvE. And then why he's so great is his last exclusive. ULCASTER gains one more action turn when he inflicts a kill. So, and that's just insane. So for example, you just use this, then use this, and then if this kills an enemy, then this one will be only on 1 turn cooldown, and then if he's passive, if you kill enemy with his basic attack, and he'll get extra turn, and then you will be able to use this one again. So it's pretty fun using him in PvP. Then let's go over his emblems. Standard ones, you need effect hit to land those debuffs, and that to chance to reduce the cooldown of random skill. And then here you have crit damage. Here if you can't get enough crit rate, then you go attack rate here. Pretty much that's it. His aura, I'm using this one, Boss Slayer aura. I guess when you start out you could use like I kinda like this one. I was using this on my first DPS when I started playing. So restores self HP by 12% when it kills an enemy. Or you could use, or even this one is decent. Then when we got to rares, or rather elite, you could use this one, increases direct damage dealt. Then epics, you could use Ball Confidence Aura for extra crit rate and crit damage. Or you could use where it is, this one for increases damage dealt by 8% and then targeted marks. So that as well. And then when it comes to legendary, you could use Boss Slayer aura or Shield Smash aura, but I'm using Boss Slayer aura. Now his his gear. So here obviously you just want like effect hit. You want on him attack, crit rate, crit damage, and effect hit to land those debuffs. So here I have crit rate, attack, and effect hit, which is perfect. Here I got like this piece is my best piece I have. It's like effect hit with crit rate and quad roll on attack, which is great, with some HP and speed, which is great. Then here, like, it sucks that it rolled into master in HP, but still this decent piece, attack rate, crit damage. Then here we have attack, flat attack, and attack rate, which is great. Here we have attack rate, HP, crit rate, effect hit, which is perfect again. And then this piece could be better, so I'm looking for a better piece. I am forging slay sets, so I hope I will get one sooner or later. So attack rate, effect hit, HP, and defense rate kinda meh, but and only 5 stars, so I'm looking for a better piece. And here I have speed, effect hit, HP rate, and attack rate, which is pretty solid. So yeah, those are his stats. He has 48k attack, 95% crit rate, and low crit damage, but it is what it is, and 82% effect hit. And I'm planning to E5 him next, so I think in a couple of days he will be E4, so extra speed and those stats cannot hurt. Then where do we use him? So first of all, I'm using him in the Faction Abyss. Obviously I completed stage 25, so I'm using him with Alicia, Shadowell, Esther, and I don't really use her, so Gramdy for more CC. And then, so he's increasing that Alicia's attack in Faction Abyss, so then she deals a crazy amount of damage. Then I do not use him in my Warren's Ruins teams. I don't use him in Elemental City, so only where I use him PvE wise is Faction Abyss, Tower of Mark, but I'm not farming Red Mark. Actually, I'm not even using him in there, so I'm not using him in Red Mark Tower, but I use him in Wuthering Coast with my bleed team, so he increases his Alicia attack. So there is that, and that's pretty much all for PvE. I mean, you could use him like early game for guild boss once he's E2 for increased attack, but I don't really recommend it. But when it comes to PvP, I use him everywhere. Like classic arena, advanced arena, championship, guild arena, I'm using him everywhere, and he's so great. So the way you want to use him, or at least how I use him, is I use him with Senta, because Lydia is reducing their effect resistance. Then I use this skill, his ultimate. Then Senta reduces his effect resistance as well, and then I can perma-freeze them with ULCASTER and Senta, and then they cannot move. So yeah, that's how I use him. And yeah guys, pretty much that was it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it.